Adam Smith is an educator with many different roles. He sits on the board of the Australian Council for Educational Research and does a lot of work advocating for more philanthropic and corporate investment in school education. He's a former CEO of the Foundation for Young Australians and has raised over $15 million in philanthropic and corporate investment into education in Australia. He has worked extensively in the United States, the Middle East and Europe, and is a regular guest at the annual Summit for World Education. He has come to Geelong to speak about the world of work in the 21st century.
I really like people to take two key messages away. One is that we have to work differently and we have to start doing that right away. That a lot of the old structures and a lot of the old ways of working and thinking about education really need to be dragged into 2012 and beyond. And it's less about content and it's more about how we are equipping every young person to deal with change, to be creative, to be entrepreneurial, to identify opportunities. And we need to provide a system of education, and I say education in the broadest possible sense, but a system of education that will really deliver that for every young person. And the second thing is we need to be far more open to how we make that happen. And that's not going to be just the responsibility of one teacher or one school or one TAFE provider or one university. We really need surprising alliances and different ways of collaborating. And if people could take away those two messages and hopefully a sense of how to achieve both of those things, then I think the day will have been a success. There's two things that I think this region needs to really take advantage of, and one is the resources and the people and the networks and the ideas that exist here already. And there is so much to learn from each other, and there's so much opportunity to collaborate and find new ways of working. And I know groups like the LEN have been advocating for that for a long time, but clearly we can all do more. The other thing is to really be aware of what's happening outside of this region, in regions that are similar and regions that are wildly different from this one. And to be looking and learning from what others are doing to really provide a 21st century education. The Expansive Learning Network can really be a pioneer in bringing people together and starting to demonstrate what is possible when people who share a common vision of what we can and should be delivering for young people, when they can come together and find new ways of working and new ways of thinking about how do we actually make sure that we're not leaving any young people behind and that we're actually giving them every opportunity to be a contributor both locally and globally.